Hi guys, today I want to talk about this Tram 1499. It's a no ground plane base station antenna. It comes with the bracket and the U-bolts, and those U-bolts will fit over a standard top rail for a chain link fence. So you can go to Lowe's, Home Depot and buy just a cheapy chain link fence rail, and that'll clamp right to it. Can you hear that? The donkey next door is making noise out there. Alright, let's put that aside. I'm going to run this on the back of the garage. I have a pole set up back there. Top of it's about 20 feet in the air. So we're going to put this up on that pole. The manufacturer suggests 50 feet of coax for minimum, because the coax, the shielding on the coax acts as the ground plane for this antenna. Well, I have a 50-foot run of RG8X already run out to the top of that pole out there. So we're going to hook up to that. We're going to hook that up to it. And what I was thinking was, seeing as how we're doing a cheapy setup, because this is probably the cheapest base station antenna you can buy. I was just looking online and I saw them as low as $25 with free shipping. So it's a very inexpensive antenna. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get what you pay for, but this one was free to me. Thank you, Gary. So there's no expense out of my pocket for this antenna. So let's just give it a try, see what it does. Alright, what I'm going to be running that on is another cheapy radio. This I purchased from eBay. This radio I think cost me $9 total. It's a nice little radio. If you guys aren't familiar with that one, it's a Realistic, it's a 40 channel AM radio, TRC-474. Nice little radio. One thing I love about these is it has an antenna warning indicator. So I like to use these for testing antennas, because you only need to key it up for a moment, and if the antenna is bad, the warning light comes on immediately. This one has been set super low. If the SWR is higher than 2 to 1, the light will come on this radio. So I thought this one's a perfect one to use for testing. The receive meter isn't all that great. It's 5 LEDs, and it only reads the lowest is a 3 dB signal. But we're going to work with it and see how it does. I know the receive on these is pretty good. So we're going to use that as the test radio. And I figured, seeing as how we're keeping it on the cheap side of what would be a really basic base station setup, I have this here. This is a 12 volt 18 amp power supply. This is for a little Dell computer. You can buy these on eBay for $10 or $11 and free shipping. So this whole base station, minus the coax and the pole, I have, what, $9 and $10. So for under 20 bucks, this base station will be set up. But for under $100, you could set it all up yourself. You can find the deals like this on eBay all the time. You just got to be patient and just keep checking. What I do is I have saved in my favorites new listings, buy it now. So every now and then I'll just pop on eBay, click on that. Well, when I pop right on, it brings me right to where all the newest buy it now listings are. And that's, if you check it often in the day, you can find deals like this one. They don't come along all that often, but like I said, if you're patient and you wait, you can find great deals on eBay. Like I said, that one even came with a Cobra power mic, and it even has a good battery in it. The mic is in really good shape too. Somebody rewired it to work with the Realistic. That microphone alone was worth more to me than all of it. I would have paid the $9 just for the microphone. Alright, let's get to it. Let me go outside, get this thing mounted on the back of the garage, and we're going to do a road test. I'll be in my Jeep. I'm most likely going to use the Realistic radio. In the Jeep, I still have 2 radios in there. If you saw my last video, you saw that I install the second one with a switch. We're going to hook up directly to the Realistic and use that because it's also a 4-watt radio like this one is. So we just want to do a test mobile to this base station antenna with a couple of just 4-watt radios and see how it does. Alright, let's get to it. Let's go get this thing mounted on the back of the garage. The radio's hooked up now. I have an SWR meter in line just so we could check it. And I've already calibrated that meter. And as you can see in the middle of the band, we got about 1.3. That's even we're getting modulation because I forgot to turn the mic down. You can see the modulation light lighting up on the radio. Alright, so the antenna is set up. It's working well. The SWR gets a little bit better on channel 1, a little bit worse on channel 40, but it stays below 1.4. So it's perfectly fine for low-powered radios. So let's do a road test now. I'm going to ask my wife really nicely if she'll come in here and operate this radio for us, and I'm going to go for a drive in my car, and we'll talk back and forth and see just how well this miniature antenna will do. Okay, Barbara, we are at the half-mile point. In a straight line, I am now a half a mile away from you. How do you copy this radio?
Loud and clear, and you're lighting up all of them.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to move on to the 1 mile point.
Okey dokey.
Alrighty, I am now just a little over a mile away from you in a straight line. How do you copy me now?
Still loud and clear, and you're out of the 5 bars, you're lighting up 4.
Copy that. You're lighting up all of them on this radio. It's got meters going wild. Alright, I'm going to move on. I'm going to head up to the 2 mile point now.
Alright, I'll be leaving.
How about you there, 268? You got a copy on 151?
I do indeed, 151. You are coming in loud and clear still. And you're giving me 3 bars.
Copy that. You're still coming in loud and clear over here, too. I am now 2 miles away. 2 miles away, and I'm going to head on to the next point. I'm not sure if I'm going to stop at 2.5 or 3. I'll find out when I get to the 2.5 point. Maybe I'll call you from there.
Alrighty then. Mrs. Mower Junkie will be standing by.
Hey there, Mrs. Mower Junkie. I am now approaching the 2.5 mile point. I'm about to come to a stop. Right there, wait for it. 2.5 miles, right there. How do you copy me?
I can hear you, but it's hard to hear you over the noise. I'm getting a lot of noise on this end, and you're not covering it.
Copy that. Your signal dropped right off too. Now you're not showing anything on the meter. Amazing what a half a mile will do. Alright, I'm going to move on to 3 mile point.
3 more points. Alright, I'll hear from you then.
How about it there, Mrs. Mower Junkie? You got a copy on 151?
Yes, Mr. Mower Junkie, I certainly do. I can still hear you very clearly. You're not coming over quite enough to cover up the noise coming through, but I do hear you and understand you.
Copy that. You're actually giving me a signal again, which is weird. Alright, we're at the 3 mile point, and if you're barely hearing me, I think I'm going to turn around and head on back to you. Because I don't think it's at any point in going further. You're not going to hear me.
Yes, Mr. Mower Junkie, I certainly do. I can still hear you very clearly. You're not coming over quite enough to cover up the noise coming through, but I do hear you and understand you.
Copy that. You're actually giving me a signal again, which is weird. All right, we're at the 3-mile point, and if you're barely hearing me, I think I'm going to turn around and head on back to you. Because I don't think it's any point going further. You're not going to hear me.
I might be able to hear you a little further out because I am hearing you clearly. There's just a lot of noise coming through and it's making it harder to understand you.
Alright, I'll go a little further then.
Yeah, I like that idea.
About it there, Mrs. Mower Junkie. You got a copy on 151 in the mobile, 4 miles away from you. I'm at the 4-mile mark now.
You got 268, Mrs. Mower Junkie. Hearing you loud and clear. Still got a lot of static back there, but I am hearing you just fine.
Copy that. All right. I guess I'll move on. Keep on going. I thought we were going to be dead after that 2.5 mile point, but it seems like the signal came back. All right. I'm going to start the car back up and move along.
All right, can you show us that 5 mile?
Fine there, Mrs. Mower Junkie. You got a copy on 151 in the mobile, 4 miles away from you. I'm at the 4-mile mark now.
You got 268, Mrs. Mower Junkie. Hearing you loud and clear. Still got a lot of static back there, but I am hearing you just fine.
Copy that. All right. I guess I'll move on. I can keep on going. I thought we were going to be dead after that 2.5 mile point, but it seems like the signal came back. All right. I'm going to start the car back up and move along.
Alright, give me a shout at that 5 mile.
This is 151 Mower Junkie calling for his missus. How about it there, Mrs. Mower Junkie? You got a copy? Uh-oh.
151, you got 268. I can barely hear you, but I can hear you and I can recognize you, but there's a lot of static.
Copy that. 5 miles out. And I'm starting to lose you too. The grade does increase ahead of me, so I'm going to go just a little bit further and try you again. We'll see if it can get 6 miles. Let's see what it'll do. Did you copy?
Well, unfortunately these old ears can't understand you through the static.
151, you got 268. I can barely hear you, but I can hear you and I can recognize you, but there's a lot of static. Well, unfortunately, these old ears can't understand you through the static.
All right, there it is. We got about 4 miles with it. At the 5 mile point, she really couldn't hear me anymore. I could still hear her, but she couldn't hear me. So, if you need an antenna that'll get you 4 miles, there it is. The Tram, $14.99, also known as a Workman b100. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.